Hey, Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today for Ellie's Studio, and I'm sharing with you another one of my large photo layouts. This is a swimming large photo layout featuring the April kit and some of the add-ons. So I have already pre-cut some of the digital cut files. You can see all those circles sitting there on the layout, and then I have saved the innards of those to be able to create confetti kind of falling down the page. So I am now working with this month's prime stamp set, which is the Good Times Seal stamp, and that actually comes with a coordinating die. I have pulled some coordinating colors, and I'm going to stamp the solid circles as well as the outlines. And so some I'm just going to do color on white, others I'm going to do dark color on light color, and others I'm going to mix colors. And I'll just show you a couple of examples of what I do here, and then the rest I have pre-stamped and cut. This does come with a coordinating die set, and I highly recommend you pick that up because it is just, it's nice to have to not cut the circles yourself, and they don't fit through standard circle cutters, or they do, but they leave very wide margins. And then I'm just going to throw a little tip out there that there's future things to come that you might need those circles for. Just FYI. So yeah, definitely recommend those. So you can see I have stamped them, and then I am going to use the coordinating dies and run them through my manual die cut machine so that I have additional sizes and colors just for variety to cascade down this page. So a little bit about this photo. My son is in college and swimming this year, and my daughter is a sophomore in high school and swimming. And so this is their last year that this was last year, 2021, and this is the last year that they could swim together for summer swim, because he is no longer eligible after the age of 18 after high school. And so this was their last swim meet that they were able to swim together, and they actually were able to swim on a relay together, which was really cool. I think it was their first and their last. So kind of a monumental mom occasion. And so I decided that I was going to do the photo large because the relay is at night and it's pitch black, and it's impossible to get good photos of that. I have a video, I think, but otherwise I just decided to leave it. So this is a 4x6 card from the kit itself, and I am going to add to that some of these March labels to create. So I actually end up creating a visual triangle that has 4 points to it. So really not a triangle. But that creates movement across the page. So there are 4 clusters with these labels, the die cuts, and the stamped images, and the cut files. So you can see I have a ton of room on that left-hand side of the page. So I actually thought I was just going to cascade them all down the left-hand side of the page. But then with those big turn flags that are at the top, the triangle pennants, that created it was too busy. There was too much competing movement on the page, and so that's why I decided to move some over to the right hand side and then incorporate some into that journal card, both at the top right of the journal card itself and then the bottom left of the journal card itself. So I'm just figuring out where things are going to go here. I want that pop of yellow on all points of the page, so all 4 of the clusters, because that yellow is what, see me, I'm moving those 4 points. That yellow is what really grabs your attention. That is the contrast that moves your eye around the page. So again, now I have a little stash of the color coordinating things that I have pulled out of the kit itself. So those are the die cuts. And so I want to integrate a few of those in as well. And so you can see there's a lot of color on the page, but it's grounded by keeping it united into each of those clusters there. And a nice mix of different sizes of circles and colors and depth and contrast as well. So I had toyed with the idea of popping some of the circles up, but I don't end up really needing to do that because I'm going to integrate chipboard into this, and so that provides some depth and variety as well. So I have committed to where things are going to go for this part of the layout. So I'm going to go ahead and trip and adhere those down before I forget where exactly I wanted them to go. But I love how I'm able to use that cluster on the left-hand side to cover up that person and the people who are behind the fence spectating on the back side of that fence there. That with depth of field, they are not in focus, but you can still kind of make out that they're there. And so I wanted to kind of cover that up as much as I could. So I am going to try and have a couple of elements hang off the edge of the page. Again, I just feel that enlarges the canvas because your eye finishes that off, and so that's just what your brain does. And so that yellow piece that says 100% yes that I stamped is slightly off the edge, and I thought I had more, but it ends up being that I don't. I do pop something up on foam, but I believe, I did the label and then that stamped circle again from the Good Times. I can never get it right. The Good Times Seals stamp. It's a tongue twister. Good Times Seals stamp. Try saying that 10 times and see how that rolls off of your tongue. So also this month, I'm sure you've seen, you get these super awesome, cool colored chipboard hearts and stars if you wanted to add that to your add-on. And again, just a sprinkling in there that adds some fun pops of color. That blue one that I just put down up the top right, I'm actually going to exchange for white, and I really like that. So in those labels, the one on the left-hand side says Family Favorite. Top right says Good Times Documented, and the bottom right says Captured on this day. I actually leave the labels themselves white because I've got plenty of places to journal, and they're more decorative than they are serving a particular purpose. Their purpose is decoration and color, and also design more than they are functional for holding, journaling, or location, or any of those fun things. So these are stickers from the Play All Day chipboard stickers, and I liked that pop of yellow there. So a little tip, I'm not sure if you saw it, but I actually cut it out of the sticker sheet, folded the sticker behind it. I folded the acetate sheet behind the sticker in half and put a firm crease across it so that I could adhere the top half of the letters and then pull out that acetate without it allowed me to maintain the alignment as they were on the sticker sheet. So a little trick that I use all the time for words that I like the alignment there, and I'm worried that I'm going to mess that up. So that is the layout itself. Now I want to put the title. So also this month that was released, yay, is the medium Jane Alpha dies. So Elle Studio had already released the stamps themselves, the solid and the outline, and now we have dies so that we don't have to fussy cut them, which is amazing. So I want the title to be multicolored, so I'm going to use a bunch of colors, the same colors that I've stamped with, and you can see them there. I've got 2 paper person stamps and then 2 inks, and then 2 inks from Catherine Pooler. So both of these are very wet inks, and so you kind of have to hold them down a little bit. I'm going to spare you the agony of watching me stamp and clean each stamp, but there it is. And then I will just use these dies through my manual die cut machine. I do work on a metal platform, but they do sometimes shift. And I find they shift when you have too many, magnets attract, right? So if you have too many on the plate, that's when they start to shift. So you can see that tape sitting on the top of my manual die cut machine there. That is pixie tape from ThermoWeb, and it is great for holding things down without leaving sticky adhesive. And so that's what I use to help hold those down, and it's reusable. You can see I've got it sitting on the top of my machine. I will say if you die cut a lot, it does leave, and especially if you have used plates, which I do, it does break down the tape from the metal slices in the plates. So I am not one for straight lines, and so I often, if I have long words like this, I'm just going to put the letters skiwampus, and it's intentional. A, I think it adds movement to the page, and B, it means I don't have to worry about being as type A as I am about it being perfectly lined up and aligned. So that's part of why I do that. The other thing I'm going to do to finish off this title, you can see those blue Jane Tile Alpha stickers. I'm going to put last one together. I am also going to use one of the Elle Studio date stamps down below, and you will see in the close-ups that as I am prone to do, unfortunately, I'm going to put the wrong year. I put 2022, so I just stamp it again on a piece of white cardstock and then just adhere that down over it. So that is going to wrap that up, my friends. If you have any questions about the product or my process, please don't hesitate to leave those in the box down below. Thanks for stopping in today. I hope you are doing well. Come back again soon. Take care.